Hello, welcome back to Gamer Know-How, and today we have a follow-up breaking news story, follow-up episode to when Bungie did the layoffs. Obviously hurt the company massively, and made Sony a little bit unhappy that they wasted $1.2 billion just for Bungie to turn around and lay off workers anyway. So Sony is coming in and is breaking up Bungie. Bungie Studios will be broken up into multiple pieces, and there are more updates coming soon. I'll try and look and see when those updates come out, but the CEO may not be CEO Bungie for much longer. There's hopes that that Bungie will maybe learn from its mistakes, but right now Sony's not buying any of that. So Sony is breaking Bungie apart. Reportedly, part of the restructuring of Bungie under the new Sony leadership is breaking up of the studio, as many parts of labor, ongoing projects, and operations will move to the sub-studio SIE, Sony Industrial Entertainment, leaving Bungie with only two projects to focus on, Destiny 2 and the upcoming marathon game set to release in 2025. So all of Bungie's smaller projects and ongoing projects, they're going to be moving into the PlayStation division only, the SIE, the Sony sub-studio. So Bungie will only be able to work on Destiny 2 and its new game release Marathon for 2025. If Marathon is a complete failure, which I hope it is not because it looks fun and I'm definitely probably going to buy it, if it is a failure, Bungie may be completely screwed because Sony is taking a Hell's on Earth approach, a scorched earth approach. They're saying that many of their workers will be moving over to the new sub-studio, all their small ongoing projects. Bungie will only have two projects that they can work on, and that is Destiny 2 and Marathon. If Marathon is a failure, then the only reason why Sony would keep them around is Destiny 2. And right now Destiny 2 is going in the toilet as new updates are making new problems, exponential, worsening issues for the player base, and no one is happy about it. So struggle bus for Bungie. Sony has confirmed that the recent struggles plaguing Bungie's profitability, issues concerning Destiny 2, we just talked about, and the recent waves of layoffs have led to the restructuring, which aims to downsize the studio's workload and operation, giving the SIE sub-studio many of the ongoing projects as well as hardware operations. So server operations, ongoing projects, smaller game projects, everything that is not Destiny 2 and Marathon related is going to be going to this SIE sub-studio. So Bungie is basically just working on Destiny 2, so they have no reason not to make the game somewhat better because it's the only two projects they're working on. They're not working on anything else. No one can work on any smaller game projects. That's all going to SIE. Anybody who was like the lead developers of those small gaming projects, they're being put into the new sub-studio. All the labor that's required for all those sub-projects and all of the hardware operations, they're moving to this SIE sub-studio. So Bungie only is able to work on these two projects, nothing else. So really, they're down to the wire. They've only got two chances. They've only got two main assets currently. And right now Destiny 2 is getting a little bit worse, and we have no idea if Marathon's going to be a success or not. It looks like it's going to be a success, but we don't know because Bungie's on the wire. Their parent company is not happy. Daddy is home and he is vengeful. So failure to focus. Searchers within Bungie warned that recent layoffs have led to more cutbacks as Sony is focusing more on the new sub-studio SIE. It's not really new, but it's new in the fact that it has so many more people coming over to it. It's basically getting a revamp. The SIE, the old SIE, is basically becoming Bungie, and Bungie is becoming this kind of small. It's basically just becoming Destiny 2 machine. Bungie's only working on Destiny 2 and Marathon. No other projects or operations. But SIE is working on everything that Bungie used to work on, and everybody who was involved in those smaller game projects are going over to SIE. So SIE is going to be basically Sony's new Bungie, working on new projects and operations for the foreseeable future. While Bungie, you're just going to be working on the Destiny franchise, so if you're not going to be making Destiny 3 anytime soon, well, you better hope that Marathon is a success, because Destiny 2 has been struggling up recently, and if Marathon is a failure, then you're almost completely screwed. in the future. Because you only have 2 assets, and one of them hasn't even been released yet. But this, and then we have a development. This happened probably, this article came in from Insider and confirmed something that a lot of people have been talking about that should happen. Insiders have claimed that Sony may also move for Bungie to be headed by the lead of PlayStation. So the head leadership position of the SIE, the PlayStation sub-studios, may take over the CEO of Bungie. So that greedy CEO that spent all that money on his expensive car collection and laid off workers because he needed to afford some new cars, well, now he may be gone. Sony may be looking at him and saying, "You're done, son. You're not going to be working at this company anymore because you spent money on yourself and wasted all the $1.2 billion we gave you and laid off your staff anyway. So you screwed over the company, you screwed us over, you screwed over your workers, so now you gotta go." So this is probably everything that we wanted in the other video when I talked about how Bungie should be punished. They wasted Sony's money and Sony should punish them. And that CEO, he should be out of there. He's a greedy piece of crap, and he deserves to just walk the streets. I mean, he should be homeless, but let's be honest, he's probably going to get some grant that gives him like $1 million of back pay, but he should be punished, and he should be out of there. And I don't really know much about the PlayStation head leadership guy, girl. I don't know if he's a guy or a girl. I'm going to assume he's a guy because but honestly, this is a good thing for Bungie. I mean, we're gonna be talking more in the future about what happens if this CEO Michael does get ousted from the company. That's gonna be great because, from what it looks like, the workers of Bungie are done with his bullshit, and I think Sony is also done with his bullshit. So we'll see what happens, but I think that this is going to help. I think this Bungie restructuring is just the punishment that Bungie needed. Break away. They can only focus on Destiny 2 and Marathon. If Marathon isn't a success, and Destiny 2 continues to struggle, and Destiny 3 continues to be pushed back, then I think Bungie is looking at a dire situation where they may lose their one asset, which has carried them as a company. And if that happens, then that may be it for Bungie. So better start working hard, guys. That CEO's out, so you guys may be having good times ahead of you. And if that happens, I hope the new leadership at Bungie can help bring the company back from a very dark hell that it has been stuck in. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you like it, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodaloo, have a blessed day.